I recently participated at the Mashup Game Jam 2. In the Game Jam, you have to make a game around a given theme in a certain time frame. This time around, the theme was unconventional means and I only had 2 out of the 3 days left when I entered the jam. And this is the concept of my game. You have to get a bubble of coffee in the cup in order to win the level. Also, you have to bounce on plates and other kitchen stuff to reach the cup. Later, I also added a knife, which obviously makes the coffee bubble pop, and you have to restart the level. So I grabbed Unity and began prototyping. I first added a ball that bounces around if you drop it. I then added a function to adjust the angle in which the ball will get shot. After adding some simple UI and tweaking some values, the prototype was finished. Now that the prototype is working, I made some 3D models in Blender. I made an arrow to indicate in what direction the bubble will get shot, a cup, a plate, a cutting board, and for the background I also modeled a little coffee machine. I then imported the models into Unity, and with that in place, the game looks a bit better. Speaking of visuals, the laziest way to achieve somewhat good graphics is to just slap some post-processing on your game. And because we are in a game jam with limited time, and I'm very lazy, I did exactly that. Some bloom, a nice flavor of Vignette, and to top things up, a bit chromatic aberration. Looks much better. Also, I originally want to make some sound effects, but the time just said no. On day 3 I made a main menu and some other boring stuff like a quite useless tutorial scene. I then made the 5 levels, and with that done, the game was basically finished. And here's some gameplay. I then set up the itch.io page and made some more art, like this coffee bean background and a render of the cup, what I think makes a decent cover, and submitted the game. If you want to play the game yourself, there's a link in the description. Looking back on the game, I think that I eventually could have spent more time designing the levels, and maybe with better time management I could have done some sounds. Also from the feedback I got, I should have made a function to save the settings for the next try. But for a game jam game, it turned out pretty decent, I think. Overall, working on this game was a lot of fun, and I want to thank Mashup Games for making this game jam possible. I recommend that everyone tries game jams, whether you're a beginner or intermediate. It's a ton of fun, and that's the best part of game jams. If you liked this video, then be sure to leave a like and maybe even consider subscribing. With that being said, bye, I'm out.